Hey everyone, welcome back to the Suburban Homesteader. I thought I'd do a quick late spring garden tour today and give you a bit of a tour of what's been happening in the garden. So our strawberry tower is going pretty well. We've had to move it down here. We've done some renovations and some changes to our deck where we had it, but it's actually going really well. I've got another strawberry plant that I was gifted here when I did our Italian cooking class. So I'll be putting this in here as well. Being down here, it has had some caterpillar damage, but otherwise, like we've harvested quite a few strawberries off it already. But the top's looking really healthy. Just got to make sure that we keep up the watering because it will get dry out really quickly. But the strawberries that we've had of it has been super vibrant and red, and it's been super flavorful compared to the store-bought ones. These are the two of the 4 beds that we put in a little while ago. So we have a bit going on in here. So we've got some flowers that have kind of struggled with the heat, the cornflowers. But we've got some cosmos, we've got some onions, some lettuces, some spinach. I got quite a few lettuces actually. I got some beetroot, some chard, some flowers, and I've got this zucchini that I've been growing up vertically. So in a recent little quick little video, I did a thing of how I've been doing this, and it looks like I'll need to add a bit more twine, maybe a bit more tighter actually, but the idea is to actually grow it up vertically. I've got some capsicums which are finally starting to show. So I'll be harvesting that one in particular very soon. I've got some more tomatoes, some more onions. They're looking really good. I just got to really stake this one up. And I'm just maintaining those lateral little shoots. Got some more lettuces, more flowers. I've got some more flowers that I'm going to be putting in here that I've grown from seed. Now this is our garlic bed. So it's full of marigolds, which is I love. I've been really loving lately, and this garlic is due for harvest. So it's had all its leaves, it's starting to yellow, starting to tip over a little bit, and I'm due to harvest this either today or tomorrow. I don't want to leave it in too long, and I'm going to be looking at, I might actually video the harvest as well and what I'm doing to cure the garlic. But loving the marigolds at the moment while my sunflowers are slowly taking form. And our watermelons are going fantastic. So they took ages to actually get started, and now they're actually putting on some fruits. You've got little ones up here that are forming, and another one here. There's quite a few of those little ones starting, but this one's probably the biggest one so far, so it's very exciting. Our celery has definitely, had its better days, so I'm going to harvest that for the chickens. I'm just letting it go a bit longer. Our kale tree, I got some more chards and some spinach and some more lettuces. We've got the thyme. The sweet peas are going fantastic, and I did give the foxglove a bit of a chop. Unfortunately, our cucumbers haven't gone so well. So they've really struggled. They've really struggled to take form. We've harvested maybe 3 or 4 cucumbers, but by now it's usually completely covering this whole trellis, and I've harvested a lot of cucumbers by now usually. So I might have a look at putting in some more cucumbers and seeing how they go. All right, our 2 huge tomato beds. Now these are the beds that copped a bit during the storm yesterday. So I do have another bit of a watermelon here growing. Some more marigolds, some more lettuces, some more chard for the chickens, and some more flowers. But yeah, so some of the strings snapped. It's really hard to try and restring them once they've grown a bit and they're quite heavy without damaging the actual plant. So this one, I'm going to try and give this one another go. It's leaning over. This is one of my aromas, our determinate aromas. So I've got 3 of them here. Basil, I can't keep on top of the basil, so I'm just going to let it go to flower for the bees. One of our San Marzinos snapped, and I tried doing a bit of a remedy here, but it's not going so great. I lost quite a few green tomatoes off this one. But these two are still going strong. So this is a San Marzano, and that was, can't remember the name. I'll put it in the, I'll put it up on the screen. But that was a slightly different one. Has a different shape. I think it's also known as a granny's throwing tomato. But we're starting to get some fruits off this tomato. Now this one's going really well. This is our mini Roma. This is our horizontal string method. It's indeterminate, so it keeps growing. It actually grew well above this structure, so I'm definitely going to have to maybe go the long stakes next time, because it grew up, and with all the storms it kind of toppled over. So I did do a bit of a remedy with some horizontal strings along here to see if I can just support it and just tie it on. And then I had to restring some of these ones as well, which is the King Egg Roma. So at the moment, I must admit, I think the horizontal method is probably by far my most favorite so far. It's just easier to manage. String it, airflow, manage with airflow, manage the pests. A lot easier to see what's ready to harvest and actually harvesting itself. Got some more beetroot, which I really need to harvest very soon, if not today. You can see that here. The parsley is starting to go to flower. I'm going to leave that for the bees. Let me know in the comments, is it like, with lettuce when it goes to bolt, that it's a bit more bitter? I don't know if that's the same with parsley, but there's still a ton of parsley. I got loads of tomatoes popping up on all the plants. This one is a bit more bolted with the flowers, but that's fine. Some more foxgloves. And then I've got some more flowers in the middle there. This is one of our tomato pots, so growing in container gardens for our tomatoes with a mesh trellis. This one hasn't gone so well. It really struggled from the get-go. Initially it went really healthy and was going strong, and then it was just suffered. So it's an Apollo tomato. It suffered heavily with the caterpillars, and I don't know if it's because it's just been in a pot, like keeping it watered has been been a bit of a struggle, keeping it hydrated. But it's just really struggled. I thought I'd leave it here as a bit of an, to show, some fails that I've had in the garden. It's not all successes. But it's more now just a sacrificial tomato plant. So I'd rather the caterpillars go to this one than my other really healthy. So you can just see the differences in color and vibrance when they're planted in the ground. But I do have some other tomato ones going. So if I take you over here near our compost bins, I've got these two Brad's Black. That one's a Brad's Black tomato, and this one's a Snow White Cherry. These ones I grew from seed, and I'm doing a slightly different trellising system with these container pots. So it looks like I might need to add some more, but essentially just wrapping the string around, almost like a hexagon shape all the way around, or a spider's web, just to maintain it and keep it in. So I'm going to see how that goes as well. But so far so good compared to the Apollo tomato. I chucked in some more pumpkins here. Probably wasn't the best idea, but I did some. This one's a mystery pumpkin that a client had given me, and then this is a butternut. So I've got one going there. I grew those from seed as well. Now, while we're staying on this side of the garden, our fruit trees are going really well. So our citrus has put on a big boom with growth, had tons of mandarins. I really need to prune it and maintain it. I have to liquid fertilize these ones just because I'm not sure what the chickens will do with the pellets. This one has also taken off, so there's lots of oranges and lemons growing on this fruit tree. This is a dual grafted one, so lemon and orange, and it's put on a bit of growth, totally different to this one, which was mandarin and lime, but the lime graft failed. But yeah, we're getting tons of fruit this time. Didn't fruit while this one was fruiting, but now it's starting to come through, but I really need to prune them. Mango tree, I ended up taking off all the mangoes because it's only been recently planted. I want it to focus on growth, as well as the avocado. And then I did put some rosemary and lavenders in the end of the chook run here. One, you know, to add a bit of color to the chook run. I actually like to take some cuttings and put it in the coop. It's just to help with like a bit of pest reduction in the coop. Huge callistemon trees are going really well. They didn't really flower as much as they did this year. I'm not sure why, but normally it's a big booming of red with the bottle brush. This is our other mango tree that's a little bit older. I'm really probably going to have to shade cloth the two mangoes really soon with the upcoming heat. But I pulled all the mangoes off this one, and I need to restake or train with some twine to support the branches. This is another mandarin. This one was gifted to us quite a long time ago. It was neglected for many years in a pot, and we put it in the ground. It's starting to really have some good growth and color. It did suffer from leaf curl minor there for a long time, but starting to come really good. I really need to prune it, but we have 0 mandarins off this one so far, so fingers crossed that it will come good. These are chilies. So I haven't really grown chilies before. Actually, no, I've grown chilies once, and I made the mistake of putting them in the same bed as our capsicums. And if you all know, like, you don't want to put the 2 nightshades together because they do cross-pollinate, and you can get some spicy capsicums. But I went the low spicy option with the chilies because I want to really do my own chili sauce this year. So I've left them in pots, and I've put them, they say about 10 meters away from your capsicum. So that's what they're about at the moment. I've got a chili Sante for Grande. It is a non-spicy, a sweet mild chili, rated 2 out of 10 on the spicy scale. I've also got this one. It's a chili jalapeno, but it's also only rated 2 out of 10 on the spicy scale as well. And it's a medium-sized plant. And then this one I picked up from Plants Patio, which is the organic seedling company or business, small family business that I get some of my seedlings from. This is a banana chili, so it's another very mild chili as well. So I'm looking at doing some sweet chili sauce for the first time. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes. I have been, I don't know if this is normal growth on chilies. I know they can get like chili thrip or something, or spider mites like the capsicums can and the eggplants can. But I don't know if this is normal growth of a chili, so let me know. I had sprayed them with like it's like a neem oil. I've got organic spray to help with it, just to make sure that it isn't going to suffer. But we'll see. So fingers crossed that it goes well. Our espalier beds are going pretty well. They don't get a lot of water when it rains because it does have that lip with the shade here with the roof. But it's going really well. I've had to do some extra twinings on the lateral branches. The basil's going really well. The lettuces and stuff, not as much. I think this doesn't get as much water. Got some garlic chives in, some spinach, some more lettuce. Thyme, more garlic chives, more spinach, more chives. Again, like I said, it's just looking really healthy. And I'm not going to be pruning it until winter next year when it's dormant. Did harvest a huge lettuce here, that's why there's a big divot. And I got some strawberries and some of the flowers I hadn't kept on top of with the watering and they've died. But I need to really train this one down this way as well. Other 2 new beds that we got. So I've got some flowers on the ends. And I've put beans here. Now I tried germinating from seed with 0 success. I put so many bean seeds in here, 0 success. So I had to go and get seedlings. Now, normally it will be a lot further along by now. I don't know if I started too late, and then with the failing of the germination, it kind of set me back as well. So normally the beans are grown and I'm harvesting them by now. But I think they're also suffering from like a bean rust. So I really got to get on top of that. I got some more chard. Oh, got a volunteer weed there. This is another capsicum. See, it looks like this is starting to suffer as well. It's got the leaf curl. So I'm going to have to try and treat this. I don't usually like using sprays, and if I do, try and keep them organic as possible, or some natural home remedies. But it looks like this capsicum's struggling, so I'm going to have to do something with that. This zucchini's going really well. I'm just waiting for it to grow a little bit longer. So I can start to grow this up vertically as well. This is the small grey zucchini. And I've already harvested a few, but it looks like there's a few more going that I need to harvest soon as well. I got some spinach and some rocket. Some more, these are spring onions here. I've got some spring onions growing along here. Got another tomato that I need to maintain with some twine. These are just growing up some mesh panels that I normally have grown tomatoes in the past with mesh panels. So I'm going to have to maintain that too. Potatoes are well and truly, like this one started to sprout again, but they're well and truly ready for harvest. So I really need to get going on that. Normally we just lay tarp down, tip it down and go for gold, and then I'll re-put that in the compost. This is one of our pumpkins. It really struggled in the heat. Again, it normally goes a bit more longer by now in regards to growth, but this one I'm growing up a trellis. You can see I've got quite a few pumpkins going despite it not being so widespread. There's a huge one here. There's a huge another one down here. And then you've got a couple growing on this side of the vine. So there's actually 3 plants in here. And the idea is to grow them along the fence line. One, to get them off the ground and have a bit of walking space around it, because I have let it go rampant before. But also to help with like powdery mildew and airflow and things like that. And easy to spot. The butternut pumpkins, I think they're at up to 4 kilos. Some of the other pumpkins can go a lot heavier than that. And obviously this structure won't cope if it was too heavy. But I think it'll manage with these pumpkins as well. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But so far we've got about 4, 2 big ones and 2 small ones going, but we'll see. Now our banana alley. Now this existing banana has been going really well. It's shot up a couple of pups that I really need to manage, because you only really want like the grandmother, mother and daughter. You only really want 3, maybe 4 going at once. But we'll see. It's looking really healthy. Surprisingly, it transferred really well. I didn't think, especially this one, I didn't think this one would survive. But so far so good. It's in a good spot. It's protected by a lot of wind. A little bit right up the top might suffer from a little bit of wind, but otherwise it's pretty protected with the fence, the house and the sheds. The other 2, unfortunately, that I'd planted that were quite young, about 6 months old, they struggled. I don't know if it's just the watering. Like this shed here is like where we put our main storage stuff, so we don't really come down this way. So it's probably like in permaculture zones, it's probably zone 3. So I really need to get like an irrigation system set up so I don't have to, I can just set and forget. But I have ordered 3 more bananas. So this one was bare before. I only had 3. Sorry, that one, the big one and the 2 little ones. But I've ordered 3 more pups. So I've got the dwarf Duquesne, I think it's called. And then I've got another one, but I'll put it in the text. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. But I've got 3 coming anyway. They'll be coming probably early December. And I'll be putting them in, and I'll really have to maintain them as well. So yeah, fingers crossed when they arrive that they'll go well. And the aim with this banana alley here is to be like an edible privacy hedge as the boundary. So that's the aim for this little banana alley here. Now this is our sand pit. We're doing a video on this one. It's a very slow build, replacing our old boat sand pit. It's a slow progress, but the little flower beds are going really well. The sand pit's just taking a bit longer. Hopefully before Christmas it will be finished. To finish off the backyard, I thought I'd just quickly take you over to where my seedling section is. So I do have a few trees here. So for my birthday I got 2 roses that were bargain bin roses, which is my favorite kind of plants, which I'll be planting in the front yard. I've got these strawberries that I really need to put in the strawberry tower. I've got some succulents here that were gifted to me, and I've actually took cuttings and trying to strike them. They're going really well. I'm not so sure about the mother-in-law's tongue, but look, it seems like it's thriving. I've got a whole bunch of different sunflowers here that I really need to pot up into their own little pots. I've tried growing some straw flowers as well. And finally, my chamomile flowers. It's taking like, I don't know, 9 months or something for them to finally put on some growth. They're all just this really size for a long time. And now they're actually putting on some growth. So I might even have to pot them up too. I did a whole bunch of sunflower seeds that just did not germinate at all. So this is the second batch that I've been doing. So I've got quite a few going. And then I've got some echinacеas. I've got some more tomatoes and marigolds and dahlias. And yeah, and then I've got this apple tree. So this apple tree is when I purchased it at the same time as the others. This is a golden Dorset. So at the moment I've just been up potting it. And, you know, we will be putting in some plans for some beds maybe next year at another part of our backyard, and we might plant it out then. But I'm looking at training this one horizontally, maybe with some twine or maybe with a coat hanger, because I really want to have the branches training down. And while they're young and bendable, I definitely need to do that. So that's on the cards. And then finally, this is a Christmas bush. So I believe it's native to New Zealand, but it puts on these beautiful red flowers. This is another bargain bin one from the Big Green Shed. And I'll be putting that in the front yard as well. So that's a little bit of an update with the seedlings section of my garden. Now I've headed to the front yard. So this is our lavender hedge. It has recently been pruned, so they had flowered and they've been spent. And we've got quite a few different varieties of lavender. I am not sure what's happening here with some of them. It looks like they've been like separated or apart, like almost like something's walked through it. Compared to this one that's a bit more bushy. I don't know if it's a type of lavender or if something's happening to it. If you have an idea, let me know. I've planted these Westringias in amongst the lavender as well. There's about 4 in total, and they're going to be really great with contrast. So they have like a beautiful white flower that flowers quite often throughout the year, which would be great for the bees. The native bees absolutely love it. But yeah, the lavender's a little bit struggling. I did recently fertilize it as well, so we'll just see how it goes. So the rest of the garden is a mix between natives and non-natives. We've got some pig face here that's going absolutely crazy. And there's a small little like daisy kind of flower in the middle there. We also have Dianellas and some Lomandras. Lomandras are real spiky. I might have to look at removing that or at least maintaining it. It's really spiky. And there's another bargain bin rose there that's been actually going really well. So like I said, I think this is a Dianella. It's been absolutely going crazy. As you can see, like it was originally there on the left and it's just kind of, you know, spread out even over 5 meters. You know, it's coming up everywhere. So it's obviously coming up from underneath the ground, the rhizomes. These 2 bushes are going really well as well. I've got tons of other flowers that I've recently planted. I've recently given those ones a bit of a prune after the flowers are spent. I do have the kangaroo paws here as well. I absolutely love kangaroo paws. I did have a few more in here that I've been struggling. Some salvias. There's a little lavender. And then I've got quite a few other natives. Now, I'm concerned about this old man salt bush. It has been prolific and probably been a bit too prolific. It's gone absolutely everywhere, but it's starting to brown off all of a sudden. There's also this callistemon bottle brush here. It did have like a bit of a break there, and we've been holding it back with like a ratchet strap, but it's actually been going really well. It's just leaning over. The kids love running under it. Got some bedelias here. They've been really great for the butterflies and the bees. There's this callistemon here that we really need to shape. I'm kind of doing it more of a topiary. So we also have some midgeonberries growing. So it has like a really nice little beautiful edible berry. We've got tons of other ones in here as well. Some more kangaroo paw, more salvias. Also have some lamb's ear. These salvia bushes, the bees just love salvia, and I quite love it too. It's just a really beautiful flowers. There's a pepino here. Now we got that given for free with some other Daly's fruit trees that we got a while back. Another beautiful bargain bin rose that's been going really well. Have some more salvias, some other native flowering plants. And we also have quite a few ground covers that are probably being a bit unruly. One of them's a pig face, having to really maintain them. But I like how it kind of goes and spreads and runs over the beds. That is a blueberry mountain ash that I really need to give a prune. This is another side of that the bottle brush tree. Tons of other flowering plants. I think this is a lily pilly here. Just the colouring of those new growth. We've also got some native violets, which have just been prolific. I love them as a ground cover. Got an experimental blueberry in here, Western Sydney. It just gets too hot. It might not grow, but we'll see. I think that's a bowbucks. Now, this salvia is going really well. Initially, I thought it was going to die, so I planted a rose behind it. But the salvia, as it does, bounces back. So I might need to replant that rose. I did have a native thyme here, but it died. So I want something else there to be bushy up the front. This is another beautiful purple flowering plant. I do need to give it a bit of a prune back though, but it's just beautiful flowers that the bees love. And I've got a really nice looking rosemary bush going really well here too. And that's really nice, beautiful whitey blue flowers. This is our sandpit experiment bed. This is your kid's old sandpit. I planted a whole bunch of spent old bulbs. Some of them are sprouted, but I'm not holding my breath. I did put some daily tubers in the middle here, as well as some cosmos here on the end that I grew from seed. But I will be looking at putting some more flowering plants in here as well. So we put in a table grape in not too long ago. It's an Isabella black table grape. Just along here, along the boundary fence. I'm just training it along here. So the idea is for it to spread either side horizontally. It is next to our driveway, so it does also get some heavy sun through the day. But, I planted it not probably the most ideal time. It gets a lot of sun, so it might struggle with some heat, but, I really want it to spread out and be able to harvest some grapes. So, look, we put it in anyway, even though it might not have been the right time. Surprisingly, it hasn't been going too bad. It has had some growth, and I've just been using some different twines and things like that to tie it, or I've just been literally looping it around the mesh of the fence. We'll see how it goes. So thank you for watching this garden tour. I'd love to know what you're doing in your garden, what your progress is, if you've had any successes, any fails, any experiments that you got going on at the moment. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe to our channel, the Suburban Homesteader AUS. We also have an Instagram account, the Suburban Homesteader AUS. Please head over there and give us a follow. We have a bit more daily updates and progress there as well that you can check out. But otherwise, thank you for watching and keep growing.